Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Wheel of Wisdom, episode number 107. I am so happy to have you here. And I would love to know your name and which part of the world you're joining us from. So feel free to type in and, yeah, drop in a hello. Hi, Durgesh. So, Durgesh is joining us from Atlanta. I think I have seen you around in these lives. Have you been here, Durgesh, or is this your first time? Hi, Rich. Happy to have you here again. And Rich is joining us from sunny London. I'm glad that, you have a nice weather there right now. And okay, Durgesh was here before. Wonderful. I am happy to see so many of you guys coming back. I'm glad that you are receiving some value out of this. And you're choosing to spend your valuable time with me. It means a lot. So, since most of the people are familiar here with the format and everything, so I want to, ask, is there anyone who is joining us for the very first time? Because if so, then I will go through like the overview of what we do in these lives. And if not, then we can just directly jump in and start with the live. So let me know if anyone is joining us for the very first time. Okay, so it seems like most of the people here are regular ones. Wonderful. So, we're going to start with today's meditation. As you might know, we are doing a meditation around the code that you see on Insight Timer. So, on the first page, when you open Insight Timer, you might have seen a code. So, what we do is that we, dive deeper into that code. We really embody that wisdom that wants to come through. So, and we do that through meditation. So, are you guys ready for a meditation today? That is going to be around the quote. Let me read it for you guys. So, the quote for today's meditation is: circumstances don't make us, they simply reveal who we really are. So, we are going to do a meditation for this particular quote. And if you are ready, you can type ready in the comment, or you can, press the heart somewhere here to let me know that you have settled yourself in a quiet corner of your, place. And we can begin with the meditation. Mm. Guys, is my audio and video fine? Can someone confirm? Because I didn't got any response. So I'm just wondering, are you able to see and hear me fine? Okay. Okay, I think you are because someone pressed the heart. Okay, but just in case, let me just. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Rich, for, the confirmation. Yeah. Okay, then we can begin. So begin by coming into a comfortable position. You can choose to sit, stand, or lie down, whatever your body needs right now. As you settle into this posture, if you feel safe, allow your eyes to close, or alternatively, you can choose to lower your gaze so you can look downward at the floor to limit visual distractions. Resting your awareness on your breath. So, with each inhale, feel your body receiving, and with each exhale, feel your body releasing. So, continue to be with the natural rhythm of your breath like this. Relaxing more and more with each breath. And now that you have fully arrived in the here and now, bring to your mind a circumstance from your life that feels challenging for you right now. So it may be something stressful at work, a difficult relationship, uncertainty about your future, or simply the weight of responsibilities. So allow a situation or circumstance from your life that feels challenging right now to come up. And now notice, how does this circumstance make you feel? So see if you can name the emotions triggered by this particular circumstance. And now notice, where do you feel the most dominant emotion within your body? So you might feel that emotion as heaviness in your chest, pain in your shoulders, or a knot in your stomach, or perhaps some other part of your body. And once you have located this emotion within your body, stay with it, noticing how does it feels like. You are doing great. And now that you have finally paid attention to this part of you, let's offer this part some relief. So, on your next inhale, imagine breathing in clarity, strength, and resilience. And on your next exhale, imagine breathing out any beliefs that are holding you back. With each exhale, releasing the grip of the situation, letting go of the belief that this situation or circumstance defines you in any manner. Epictetus once said, circumstances don't make us, they simply reveal who we really are. So, this event of your life do not define you. It only reveals more of what you already are. It only reveals more of what already lives within you. So, as you continue to breathe in this manner, making space to feel that inner strength and releasing anything that releasing any beliefs about yourself that you made based on your current circumstances. and to let the wisdom reach deep within you, we are going to repeat some affirmations. So feel free to repeat them silently or out loud. I am more than my circumstances. I am more than my circumstances. I am smarter than I think. I am more smarter than I think myself to be. I am more brave than I believe myself to be. I am more brave than I believe myself to be. I am more stronger than I seem. I am more stronger than I seem. Every challenge only reveals more of my true self. Every challenge reveals more of my true self. Who I am is capable and worthy. Who I am is capable and worthy. No situation can take away my true self. No situation can ever take away my true self. So allow yourself to take a deep breath in, feeling the strength and immensity of who you are. And as you exhale, letting go of any false identity you created based on your life circumstances. And as we reach the end of this meditation, know that no matter the circumstances, who you are is unshakable, resilient, and already enough. Who you are is whole and complete in every way. So, with that, Allow yourself to come back to your body, bringing in small movement like wiggling your toes and your fingers. And whenever you feel ready to fully come back, allow your eyes to open gently, arriving in the space fully. Welcome back. I see that some new people have joined us while we were meditating. So I want to say to you all, welcome. Welcome to Wheel of Wisdom, episode number 107. And thank you for taking out the time, to be here with me, with all of us. And in case you're new and you're wondering, is the live over? Then I want to let you know that this live is just getting started. We are done with one aspect of this live, and soon we are going to move on to wisdom and fun, a combination of both. So, yeah, stay tuned until I go through the comments. And for those of you who did the meditation with me, I would love to hear about your experience as to, how was it? What part of the meditation resonated most with you? And anything else that is coming up for you. Um, and if you guys enjoyed this meditation, then I want to let you know that I have recorded this meditation, and in fact, in each of these lives, in each of these, Wheel of Wisdom series sessions, we have recorded, we have done one meditation at least, and so far we have recorded over 100 meditations, and now I am releasing them one by one on Insight Timer as a free track, so it is available for everyone. So if you would like to get notified when this particular meditation gets released on my profile, then, and if you are new to me, I would invite you, I would encourage you guys to follow me so you know when this meditation is released. And also, I have already released a lot of meditations from this series. So I have released around 33 or 34 meditations so far. And I also have some other free tracks apart from the series. So have around like 50 plus free tracks which you can explore if you like the guidance of this practice. So let me go, quickly go through the comments, and then we will, move on to the next part of this, which involves fun, wisdom, spinning, choosing numbers, a lot of that stuff. Hi, Christina. Good morning. Welcome back. Happy to have you here again. And I know, Christina, you missed it, so I hope that you catch on to the recording, when it gets released. Um, and hi, Caitlin. Thank you for spending your time with me. I appreciate your presence. Okay, so now let's move on to the next part. So let me show you guys the wheel of wisdom. So this is our wheel of wisdom, and this wheel contains the name of 31 books right now, just because there are 31 days in a month. So these books have been chosen out of the many books that I've read in the past 8 or 9 or 10 years in my own journey of transformation. And Um, I've included the names of these books, and what we do now that we are more centered, grounded, we spin this wheel, and this wheel randomly chooses a book for us. Or you can say that, the universe, God, divine, spirit, source, consciousness, higher self, whatever you believe in, picks a book for us so that we can receive the right message that is trying to reach us that we need to hear most at this point in our life. So, before we spin the wheel, I invite you guys to take a moment and think, is there anything specific regarding which you would like to receive some guidance? So, it can be a specific issue that you're facing. It can be a specific area of your life in which you would like some clarity or direction. Or if you have nothing in specific, in your mind, then you can set an intention that may I be open to receive some general guidance for today. So once you have thought of something, you can let me know in the comments, either by typing done or sharing whatever it is. And if you can't type, then you can always just press the heart somewhere here to let me know that you have thought of something. And once I have any of these comments or hearts, then we will go and spin the wheel and read the message for today. And if anyone new joined and are wondering, why is there silence? So yeah, I just, invited you guys to think about something specific or set a general intention so that we can spin the wheel and choose a book based on that. So yeah, if you have thought of something, you can let me know in the comments or by pressing the hearts, and then we can spin the wheel. Today there is a lot of, quiet here. Okay, wonderful. So Caitlin is open to receive and ready. Thank you, Caitlin. So, whatever it is that you need to receive some guidance on, or that you would like to receive some wisdom on, bring that to the forefront of your mind as we spin the wheel. Okay, so the book that came for all of us today is The Things You Can See Only When You Slow Down. Hmm. How to Be Calm in a Busy World. And this book has been written by Haemin Sunim. So let's see what wants to come through this book for all of us here. Hmm. Give me a second to open the book and then we can, then we can play a game where I give you some numbers to choose from. Hmm. Okay. So, in a moment from now, I am going to ask you guys to choose some numbers, like choose a number between certain numbers. And for anyone joining us for the very first time, I want to let you know that there is no need to rush at all. Instead, take your time and see which number are you feeling called to, and then share that in the comment. And I'm going to go through your numbers, going like I'm going to go through what you guys mentioned, and then choose a number randomly out of it based on my intuition. So in this way, we will get to tap into the collective wisdom. Okay. So I invite you guys to choose a number between 15 to 120. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Caitlin. I'm just going to wait for like 5 more seconds because there are less people here today. So, yeah, it wouldn't be worth the time to wait a lot. It's nice to have slow days as well because the last one we had a lot of interaction. So, yeah, and it's nice that that particular book came up, How to Slow Down in a Busy World. Okay, so I'm going to go with the numbers that we got. Let's see which number am I feeling called to. Okay, so before I share the number that is coming up for me out of these two numbers, I want to let you know that, and especially anyone who is joining for the very first time, that it doesn't really matter whose number I choose because you are here, then it means that you are meant to receive that message that is going to come through in this space because this is a space for that, for us to be open, for us to be more receptive so that we can receive those messages that, the universe is trying to communicate to us. So, the number that I'm feeling called to is 86, and the number has been chosen by Caitlin for all of us. Thank you, Caitlin. Okay, let's see what is on page number 86. So there are like, many, many pieces of wisdom in this book. And it seems like an advice for relationship. So the author says, a casting director auditions many actors but recognizes the right one as soon as he walks in. It can be the same with a new house, a diamond ring, a future spouse. If you are hesitant, then you might not have found the right one yet. Love him or her without the what ifs, without calculation, without second guessing, without comparing her or him to others. Love her or him with the steadfast conviction of your soul. If one of you is unshakable, then the relationship can last. Okay, maybe let me read the next paragraph as well because it seems like the same theme. Please don't call it love. When Please don't call it love. What you are experiencing is infatuation with no commitment or responsibility. Infatuation is not love because it begins and ends with you. It is more about your feelings and less about the other person. When we are in love, we like to do nice things for the one we love. But it is equally important to refrain from doing unnecessary things. We often overlook that part. We like to get involved in other person's business, thinking we are doing so, thinking that we are doing so for them. We offer unsolicited help and interfere with their lives. We take away their power and make them feel incapable. This stems from our desire for control and recognition. It has little to do with love. I don't know how much that resonated with you, Caitlin, or anyone else who is present in this, space, in this room. But it seems like, it was, since I know you are having like dealing with issues in that area a little bit. So yeah, I am glad that, something came out in that particular area of your life. Okay, so should we go, should we continue with the same book or should we choose a different book? You guys can vote. Like, should we go with the same book or should we spin again and choose a different book? Because this book is like has other topics also. It's not just love, just to let you know. So yeah, you can vote and then we can go with your votes. Okay, sure. I love that. Caitlin says, still digesting. Should we try 21 too? Okay, then let's go with Laura's number as well. That's so sweet of you, Caitlin. Okay, give me a second to go to page number 21. So, the author says the heading for this is when life disappoints, rest a moment. When trust is shattered, when hopes are dashed, when a loved one leaves you, before doing anything, just pause. Just pause your life and rest a moment. I'm going to repeat this first line again. When trust is shattered, when hopes are dashed, when a loved one leaves you, before doing anything, just pause your life and rest a moment. Hi, Sherry. Welcome. It's never too late here. I guess you are right on time. Okay. So, whenever something bad happens, or whenever someone disappoints us in this case, or just something in general bad happens, it's it's a very good advice to just take a moment, just like Caitlin mentioned, still digesting about the wisdom, but take some time to digest whatever happened in your life. Just take a moment, just pause, because we keep, whenever something happens, whenever problem arises in our life, we just go on running, trying to fix it, trying to solve it, trying to get rid of it, all of those different things. And it's a very simple thing to just Just rest for a moment, just pause your life for just few moments and let it sink in. Give yourself that time to process. And there is another thing that is I highlighted here on this page, which says, love yourself despite your imperfections. Do not feel compassion for your, sorry, do you feel again a mistake. Yeah, imperfections, see? Okay, so love yourself despite your imperfections. I'm going to take a moment to pause and drink some water, take the advice that came up, and then continue. Okay, let's continue. So, again, love yourself despite your imperfections. Do you not feel compassion for yourself as you struggle through life? You are so eager to help your friends, but you treat yourself so poorly. Stroke your heart once in a while and tell yourself, I love you. Let's do that. Let's just, if you feel comfortable, can you guys just place a hand on your heart or both hands on your heart, however you feel held, and just becoming aware of your presence. And if you feel okay to say so, then repeat after me to yourself, I love you. If you feel a little uncomfortable or resistance within you, that's okay. Take a deep breath in and out, and try once more, either silently or out loud. I love you. And maybe try once more. I love you. Okay, one final time. I love you. And whenever you feel ready, take a deep breath in and out. Did you notice any difference in terms of the time when you first said that to yourself and the fourth time when you repeated it to yourself? I would love to hear what came up for you when you said that for the very first time. What came up for me was like a very slight, you know, tightness in my stomach a little bit. Ah, thank you, Sherry, for like sharing that. Um, Very creative idea. I love that. Yeah, so Sherry said, I find it helpful to say my name. Like, I love you, Sherry. Like that. My birth name, not my married name. Okay. Huh, because you maybe you identified with that more or you feel more like yourself with that name. I love that. Thank you, Sherry, for sharing that. In fact, in the last live, we celebrated me completing 3 years on Inside Timer, and the meditation that I released in my last live like 3 years ago, was a morning meditation, and it includes this practice. It includes a lot of mindfulness and a lot of other stuff. But this practice, that waking up and repeating to yourself, like, you know, I love you, and saying your name, like, I love you, Anisha, and saying that to yourself and waking up like that. Ah. Oh, Caitlin says, Sherry, I did that too. I added Caitlin to acknowledge myself. Oh, I love that. How that same idea came up. Yeah, it is more in alignment when we just add something to it. I didn't repeated my name because then it would be like, you are different. Your name is different, so it might not have aligned that well in terms of guidance. But yeah, thank you both of you for sharing that. I love that. Sherry says, my heart fluttered and I got tingly. Louis Hayes' mirror work helped me to be able to love myself, and IT has enriched that teaching. I so relate with that, Sherry. Thank you for sharing like the felt sensation. I'm glad that you were aware of it, the sensation part, and you could feel it, that like is there a little, is that a pleasant sensation or a unpleasant one of some sort of resistance? And it might have given you an idea, maybe when you began this, mirror work by Louis Hay, which is amazing, wonderful, so when you started it, you might not have been even able to say that to yourself. And now it's just a little heart flutter or just a tingly feeling. And it improves, the more we do that, the more we speak kindly to ourselves. And for those of you, for whom it was very difficult to say I love you, or you just met with a very hard, very forceful resistance, then instead of that, a very like softer or a gentler way to say this, a similar thing is that may I be kind to myself. So this do not bring a lot of resistance compared to saying I love you to yourself. So if you met with a lot of resistance, you can try that phrase instead. And you can do it by looking in the mirror. It would be an even, amazing practice. Okay, thank you, Sherry, for sharing your experience. I love reading about it. And writing it down also gives us a little bit clarity, I feel. Okay, so let's see now. We have some time. Let's do one more reading, maybe from a different book, and see what wants to come through. Or would you guys like to go with the same book? Okay, let's vote. Share in the comments. Do you guys want me to continue with the same book? Or should we spin the wheel again and choose a different book? Okay, Sherry would like to spin. I love that. Okay. It's bringing a song in my head from uh like from my, what do we say? Like Hollywood, there is Bollywood in India. So yeah, there is that song. And it goes like girls like to swing. So, okay, just a side thought. Okay, so let's spin. Hmm. Caitlin also votes for spin. Uh, okay. So again, bring to your mind anything that you need guidance on. Okay. As we spin the wheel. It's amazing. The books that are coming today are about like relaxing, slowing down, and all of that stuff. Hmm. And today is a little slow day here as well. Like here on the live, usually there is a lot more interaction. So yeah, maybe it's today's theme is like kind of slow down. Okay. So the name of the book is How to Relax by Thich Nhat. I think this book came up for the very first time. Like other books from his series of how to came up before. Ah, okay. Sherry says 44 on the live. Wonderful. So maybe if you feel called to, Sherry, you can choose the number 44 as well. Then we will choose some numbers. Give me a second to open the book. Yay. So, anyone joining us for the very first time, I want to let you know that in a moment I am going to ask you to choose a number between two numbers. Okay? And I don't want you guys to rush at all. Instead, take your time and see which number are you feeling called to and share that in the comments. Okay? And once you do that, I will go through all the numbers that you guys mentioned and choose a number randomly out of those that my intuition feels called to. So in this way, we will get to tap into the collective wisdom. So I invite you guys to choose a number between 19 to 93. Thank you, Sherry, for choosing a number. Thank you, Deb, Caitlin. Thank you, Rachel. That song that I just mentioned is stuck in my head now. Okay. Thank you, Robert. So let's go with these numbers and see which number am I feeling called to. Okay. I love that, Sherry. Yeah. Sherry says you may want to listen to it today. There may be a message for you. Yeah, maybe. I think it's more like a party song, kind of. Yeah, but maybe. Who knows? It can come in different ways. Hmm. And maybe we can all listen to it towards the end if you don't mind some other language in between that you do guys cannot like understand. Hmm. So in the last live, someone requested for like a song towards the end to celebrate, my 3 years on Inside Timer, and no party song came to my mind at that moment. I actually misunderstood and I played like a more slow song. So maybe yeah. No, it wants to come through. So yeah, we can play it today. Sherry says, ooh, fun. Okay, so the number, before I share the number that is coming up for me, I want to let everyone know, especially anyone joining for the very first time, that whoever number I choose is, it doesn't matter so much. It sometimes resonate with them more, but since you are here, you were meant to receive that message that is going to come through. Okay, so just keep an open heart and an open mind, and let whatever wants to come through reach you. So the number that is coming up for me is 67, and the number has been chosen by Robert for all of us. Thank you, Robert. 67. So the author says the heading for this is Desire and Happiness. The Buddha often said that many people confuse desire with happiness. Before he became a monk, the Buddha had grown up as a prince and had tasted a life of trying to satisfy desires. So his words came from experience. He said that true happiness is a life with few desires, few possessions, and the time to enjoy the many wonders in us and around us. Desire means to be caught in unwholesome longing. When the mind is desiring, we are aware of the presence of that state of mind. This is the mind, this is the mind longing for wealth. This is the mind desiring reputation. When the mind isn't desiring it, it's important to observe that the desiring mind is not present. This is the sense of ease that accompanies the absence of a mind desiring wealth. This is the sense of ease that accompanies the absence of a mind desiring reputation, etc. Basically, so as far as I remember, in the scriptures in Buddhism, so usually the paragraphs goes like this, meaning they highlights being mindful. So they do not say that do not desire, they say that I'm aware that I'm desiring right now. I'm aware that my mind is entangled in a desire, and this is how it feels like, in my body, in terms of how I'm thinking, in terms of how I'm feeling, so we become aware of all of this that is happening, we become aware of a desireful state. And the Buddha do not say that, do not ever desire anything. It's not about that. It's about having that ability to observe whatever it is. It can be a desire, it can be a fear, it can be doubt, it can be, sadness, whatever you name it. The point is to be aware of it, to be the observer rather than getting entangled in it, rather than getting hooked by those thoughts of desire. You observe that this is a thought of desire. This is how desire feels like in my body. And similarly, we become aware of the opposite, meaning we become aware of what does the absence of desire feels like, what does feeling satisfied feels like, maybe, and what kind of thoughts do I have in that state, what kind of emotions do I have in that state. Okay, So we are the constant, we are the observer, and we see these, impermanent states of desire, impermanent state of state of satisfaction, of all of those impermanent states. We observe them, and they are like the object of our awareness, and we are that subject. We are the one that is observing all of this. And when we, bring that kind of skill, that kind of awareness, when we bring that kind of mindfulness to that state, then that desire, that fear, that doubt, that sadness, whatever it is, loses control over us. So the point is not to get rid of every single thing that you fear, not to get rid of all your desires, never have an impure thought. It's not the point. The point is that you are human and you are going to have all of these different things within you, you know. The point is that when they come, you do not get drowned in them. You do not get, hooked by them, lost in them. You stay here grounded, you stay here seated in that seat of consciousness as awareness, as the observer, and you notice all of these things arising, peaking, feeling very intense. You're feeling very intense form of desire, and then it vanishes away. It will, it is a state, it is, nothing is permanent, and no emotional state of that sort is going to stay with you forever. It is going to, there is going to be a peak, and it is going to fade away. So that this experience, this knowing, can bring freedom, that I am not being ruled by any of these things, I'm not being controlled by any of these things. I am here, they are there, I see them, and they are not whole of me. I am much, much, much more bigger, vast, infinite. Uh, I don't have the words, but yeah, I am wordless, I'm speechless, in a way. And this is a small thing in my awareness that I hold, just like there are different clouds in the sky, and the sky holds them, but the sky is never affected by them. Mhm. So so that's the point is not to get rid of each single emotion or thought or all of these different states, that you think are not right in some way, because then your whole life is going to become preoccupied with them, because that's what you're focusing on. You say, I don't want to feel fearful, I don't want anxiety, I don't want this. And this is coming from my own personal experience. I tried to get rid of my emotions for a long, long, long time, and it didn't work, and it don't work in that manner. You don't try to fix yourself, you don't try to control yourself. You learn to befriend all these different states. You learned you learn to have that skill to hold them without them stopping you from doing what matters most to you. And for that, you need to figure out what matters most to you. So there are like all of these different things, and I actually, work with my clients on each of these different things to help them gain clarity of what is it that matters most to them, not to anyone, not what society told them, but to them, and to work upon all these enough years by not trying to get rid of them, but learning how I can coexist with them without them stopping me, without them controlling me. And then, to take steps, and yeah, there are a lot of different other elements as well, um, that I work upon. And if you want to, learn more about it, or if you're going through something and you would like to, you know, talk about it with me, or if you're feeling stuck in some manner in this way, feel free to drop in a message on Insight Timer, and I would love to have a chat with you. You can drop in hi, and I have something to talk about. You can just drop in this message, and yeah, we can delve deeper into whatever it is that you're going through, whatever it is that you would like more of. um okay, so let me share the way through which you can message me in case anyone is new to Insight Timer. Okay. So yeah, you can go to my profile. You can dab on these like three dots, and you can go to message teacher option. Okay. Hmm. And for those of you who are new to me, I want to let you know that I have a background in psychology. I am, apart from being a mindfulness meditation teacher, I am also an aligned life coach. And I basically help women. I work with women who are feeling stuck, who are feeling dissatisfied in their current life, and who longs for a life that feels deeply fulfilling, that feels true to who they are. And I help them, with my path framework, PATH, that I designed based on my own journey, based on my own learnings, and all of the different evidence based therapies that I know of, and I give them a path to the life that they would love waking up to, that they would love to create for themselves. So, yeah, so if you're a woman who is, who is stuck, who is going through anything that you would like to talk to me about, feel free to drop in a message. I would love to, you know, offer you whatever it is that I can. Okay, so going on with this reading, I think there were two, three more lines left. So the author says we can experience happiness, ease, and peace when we observe these moments of no desire. Desirelessness is the basic condition that makes possible the feeling of joy, peace, and ease that comes with living a simple life. Simplicity means to have few desires, to be content with a simple life and just a few possessions. Desirelessness is the basis of true happiness because in true happiness there must be the elements of peace, joy, and ease. So, when you so whenever I have tried to, when I've worked with my clients and when we delve deeper into like what exactly do they need to have a fulfilling life, it always turn out to be like very simple things. It always turn out that they can find that in this moment. They don't have to wait for someday to have more, to do more, to achieve more in order to have that peace, in order to have that feeling of happiness or fulfillment, but they can access it right now. And in fact, I do actually made a course on that. I have like I think two courses here on Insight Timer. If you like resonate with this idea, or if you would like to go deeper, or explore this more, then you can check out these two courses. So this course of mine, which is how to stop chasing and start living, moving from doing to being, it will help you, you know experience this, whatever I'm saying, in your own life, reflect it based upon your life, that do you really get satisfaction, do you feel fulfilled following the model that society has told you to do? And if not, then you can move on to the, you can explore more, you can learn about it more. I've mentioned few things as to how you can also balance doing with being. And if you are interested in learning how everything that you need is present in this very moment, you don't have to wait for another day to access all of these different things, then you can try this particular course. The name of this course is The Art of Noticing: How to Find Joy, Peace, and Beauty in Your Daily Life. So there was, I think, a line here which mentioned that true happiness is a life with the time to enjoy the many wonders in us and around us. So I hope that you get to connect, you get to experience that piece of wisdom, you get to experience all of those different things that you want to experience, through all the different practices that I've mentioned in this course. And I hope that, yeah, they do help you. Okay, so I guess yeah, it's the time to end the live, but if you want to cultivate patience, if you want to practice patience and you don't mind listening to me like 5 or 10 minutes more, because I am going to mention all of the different resources that I've created for all of you. And why I ask you to, why I mention them is because I want you to know that these are the particular resources that are available. And if you're going through something and this particular resource might be a good fit for you, then you can go to that after the live. You have something to work upon to move forward towards after this live ends. So I am going to quickly go through all the things that I mentioned, and then we can wrap this live. Okay, give me a second to open my profile. And if you guys have, find anything valuable in this live up until now, if you enjoyed this space, if, you felt connected or you felt like the space brought you some peace, and if you would like to support me, then you can do so by making a donation of whatever amount that you feel called to, because these donations help me keep going. Every contribution of yours goes into making more of these resources, more of the free meditations, that so that everyone can have access to the support that they need, and to make more of some other free stuff that I offer. So yeah, every contribution matters, and it helps me to keep going, to show up, and it helps others. It's like a ripple that impacts so many of the other people that you might never know. So, yeah, if you would like to be a part of that circle of compassion, you can make a donation. And if you don't feel called to, that's okay as well. So, let me mention few resources that I have. So, when you go to my profile, you will see a home section here. And in this, you might see like my lives. So the next live is day after tomorrow at the same time. I will put that towards the end of this live so that you can RSVP and attend that. Or maybe let me put it here in case anyone is planning to leave early. Yeah. Okay, so it is not day after tomorrow, but on 13th. Yeah, I have something on 11th. Okay. Yeah, so when you scroll down on the home page, you will see like my latest release tracks. So the ones that got released recently are I am too broken to heal. So if you believe this, like, you are too broken, you are beyond repair, all of these different things, then you can listen to this track. These are like only 3 minutes tracks so that uh, you can listen to them again and again, and you have something, that makes you feel less alone in your suffering. So that's why I have started creating these particular tracks from the series. The other one from the series is I'm not good enough, because I think that is a belief that I myself have gone through, that has stopped me in my life. And I think it is a very popular belief amongst a lot of people. And then the other one that got released in this week was this Dear Nick, thank you. So basically, this is a part of, offering gratitude and healing to each and every part of your body. So just the author mentioned, like, true happiness is in taking the time to wonder about, um, to appreciate what is within us, the wonders that are within us and around us. So when you will try these meditations, you will really see, you will really get to connect, all the different things that your body does for you. And most of the times we never pay attention or say thank you or offer healing. So yeah, this is like a part of that series to help you do so. So these are like my popular tracks. The first one is There Is Something Wrong with You. Um, like if you believe that. So I'm not telling that. These are my popular courses. These are related to negative thoughts and limiting beliefs. So if that is something that is keeping you stuck, then you can try them out. Like over 6,000 people have taken these courses combined and they have benefited from them. So yeah, you can try them. And then you will find all of my content are, organized in the form of these playlists. So the first playlist that you see is Love Letters from the Universe. So the tracks that I just mentioned, I'm too broken to heal, I'm not good enough, there is something wrong with me, belong to the series. And I'm going to add more and more tracks to this one. And I just created that series to help you feel less alone, when you're going through your darkest times, because I know I needed that when I went through one. So I wanted to offer that for others as well. Then this is another playlist, which is self soothing techniques. So it basically involves coping strategies, healthy coping strategies that therapists or coaches recommend their clients to help them feel more regulated when they feel emotionally dysregulated, when they feel, emotionally overwhelmed, then you can try, any of these techniques. And then goes this playlist, which is 21 Days Mindfulness Meditation Challenge. Again, it involves all the free tracks, and it basically introduces you to the skill of mindfulness, because we learned how important it is to develop that skill to be able to observe whatever it is, a negative thought, an unpleasant emotion, a behavioral pattern, whatever it is. It's important to have that skill to observe it rather than to get drowned in it. So this, if you haven't, if you're interested in learning about mindfulness, or if you want to just know about it a little bit, then you can check out this particular challenge. And the final playlist that I have for you is Wheel of Wisdom, pick a meditation. So basically, this involves all the meditation taken from this series, Wheel of Wisdom. And we have around 34 tracks right now. More get added every Wednesday. So, what I have done with this particular playlist is I made a game out of this to help you develop your connection with your intuition. So, I have mentioned the instructions there, which is simply to close your eyes, scroll through it, and just place a finger on a particular meditation and then play that. Okay, so the meditation that I put a finger on says morning meditation, which is the exact meditation that I mentioned in this live, about that I love you practice that we did. So, yeah, alignment is definitely here. So, that's what I want you to do, just pick a meditation and then play that, knowing that this is something that you need to be guided on today. And it is so amazing. Okay, so I've organized mostly all of my content in these playlists so it is easier for you guys to navigate. And then at the end of this home section, you will see a group here, which is Wonderful Beings. So this is basically my little community on Insight Timer. And what I do here is that after each live, I post a summary of that live in this group. It is a public group open to all, and I would love to have you there. So, what I do in that summary is I mention the type of meditation that we did, I mention the name of the book from which we read, and the readings that we read. So, you don't miss out on anything. And I also mention some additional things on that group, like if a new track is gets released, I update that. If I have to cancel a live because of certain reasons outside of my control, I mention that. So it is like my way to stay connected with you, to update you regarding whatever it is that is happening. And yeah, and I would love to have you there. And if not, then you can just simply follow me and you will get notified about my next live, or you will get notified about like the latest tracks and everything. Okay, so that was all about the home section. Then I can go pretty quickly from like through the all of them. So this is track section. It includes all of my meditations, all of my tracks, talks, and everything. And you have like several other filters to go through these content, like through length and everything. Then there is this courses section. So I have released around 7 courses on Insight Timer. 3 are related to overcoming your negative thoughts and limiting beliefs. And the other 4 are related to two I already mentioned, the art of noticing, like how to find joy, peace, and, beauty in your daily life, how to stop chasing and start living. And the other two courses are the Ultimate Beginner's Guide to Mindfulness. So after the challenge, you can go to this course and you can deepen your practice, learn how to be mindful in your daily life. And the final course that I have for you is how to accept a difficult life situation. So these are all the courses that I offer. And if anything resonated with you among these courses, you can feel free to check them out. The next section is event section. So you will find my next live event here. And this might not be visible for you if you haven't updated the app, but this is a new section that came up, which is folders. And it basically allows you to club all the playlists, tracks, courses into, folders. So I mentioned all of them here. So if you want to, navigate like that. And the final section is the about section. So this basically involves, who I am, what I do, my whole background, a little bit about my background. And, if you want to know more about me, my offerings, or if you would like to work personally with me, you can check out this particular, thing. And here you will find all of my offerings, all the other gifts that I offer, and yeah, and some other stuff. Okay, so this is all about what I have to offer, all the resources that I offer. And I hope that you found something that resonated with you. And, after this live ends, I would love, for you to check it out and see if it is what you actually need. And if you do end up taking a course or going through a meditation, then don't forget to leave a review because they help me, understand what you like, what you don't, what you find helpful, and stuff like that. And they make my day. Okay, let's see. Sherry says, thank you for all these offerings. Thank you, Sherry. I'm glad that you like them. And I hope that you find something that resonated with what is happening in your life right now. Laurie says, every course you mentioned, I kept saying, I need to listen to that. Oh, Laurie, then a lot of things are resonating with you. Maybe start with what feels the most suitable for you at this moment in your life, like whatever your current situation or circumstances is. Or if you can't figure that out, then just close your eyes and let your inner wisdom guide you to just scroll through it and just pick a course and start with it. Because it's important to get started rather than just getting stuck in that indecision. Should I go for this or that? And I would love to hear, Laurie, how you find them. Sherry says, I am going to do the stop chasing one with a friend. Ooh, that's amazing. Doing it with a friend, that is going to be an amazing experience, to reflect what you like or, to reflect on the things that came up. It's amazing. I love that idea, Sherry. You are full of like, creative ideas. You're full of them. Yeah. So yeah, okay, I'm going to mention that here again. So anyone else, can save that course if interested. Laurie says, okay, thank you. You're welcome, Laurie. And actually, this is my shortest course. So if you're looking for like something to get started, you can try this one. This is only a 3-day course. Other ones are a little bit longer. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in. I so appreciate your presence, and I had such a lovely time, being in the space. It was a very quiet space, but a very peaceful one. So I loved hanging out with each and every one of you. So thank you for all the hearts. And again, if you feel called to support me, you can do so. If not, then that's okay as well. And yeah, I guess that's it for this live. I bow down to the divine within you all. Namaste. And yeah, feel free to message me if you're going through something, I would love to, be there for you. So yeah. Bye bye. Take care. Namaste.